Hi there, it's Mark Sebastian, the founder of Option Pit, and this is the Volatility Report. Reminder, this is for educational purposes only. Consult financial professionals if you have questions. Hey, if you took the VIX Made Easy course and you have not reached out to me, give me a ring. I'd love to hear from you, as well as people that attended our event in Chicago earlier in the month. But hey, let's talk about this market, and we are off to the races. The S&P is up about 16, so we've actually are well above yesterday's highs. The Dow is really strong. The Nasdaq is really strong. You got to watch. The one you really need to watch is IWM, which has been the kind of the canary in the coal mine. It's a little soft today relative to the balance of the indexes, but if that stays green, the market's going to stay green. With this nice little rally, we're seeing VIX threaten to break back below 15 into the 14s. I think that'll happen today. I don't see why it wouldn't. I also think that we've got a decent shot at VIX futures getting kind of punched in the face. VXX right around 36. I think you could see it as low as 35. Today lines up like a day where we could really recover and make a run at up 25, 30 handles in the SPOOs, as long as we don't hear any other kind of negative news. So trades I like. We've been talking about General Electric here for a couple of weeks. I did set up a long trade, and I'm a fan. Obviously, it's back up to above 14. Like I said, getting kicked out of the Dow is sometimes the best thing that can happen to a company. I did this SEP July 13 half call spread, and it already blew through my strike. Still a winner of a trade, but now I have to do some rolling, unfortunately. But I really like GE. So we're going to play around with that. We're also keeping an eye on XFI. FXI, not XFI. FXI. This is that Chinese ETF. It's been getting kind of slapped around, and we've made the argument that there was money to be made in that one, and I will be basically shutting down the short portion of my trade today. We bought this straddle for 90 cents, so I'm pretty well in the clear here.
Hey, Dad.
Now I do have, unfortunately, the 5 here, so I've got to do kind of this strangle swappy trade. But this has been a trade that's been pretty good, and we're going to do our best to take advantage of it. And at a minimum, I'm going to sell my 5 lot here. But I think China, probably it's time to set up some sort of long trade, because I think the trade threat's probably gotten overdone at this point. At least that's the way the SPOOs are acting. So that's going to be something that we're playing with. And I'm going to look at maybe some bull spreads in SPX. I think SPX is probably overdone. So I'll probably be messing around with SPX, and then we did a Q straddle that's probably a close. So there's a lot out there, and I think the market is really setting up. If you're willing to position yourself, and I'm going to be doing that, for a wicked rally with a hedge, I think there's a really decent opportunity to make some decent dough on some trades here. I think that's the way things line up in my book. So I'm going to be setting up for kind of a rally ho day with vol getting kind of punched in the face. Between the vol newsletter and then kind of some vol trades I've looked at, I think there's a lot to do in VXX. and that is where there's going to be some money there. I think kind of the scare we got earlier in the week is probably that shock's going to take the rest of the week out. But I find it hard to believe that going into next week when we have a day and a half off, that anybody is going to want to be long a bunch of vol. So I will be leaning short. All right, people. If you got questions, you can email me, mark@optionpit.com. You can call me 888-TRADE-01.